a time long past. This is a tale of Ojadili, the evil warrior. Please subscribe. Once upon a time, there was a village in the heart of Africa called Ede. It was a place of peace and prosperity, where the people thrived under the protection of their noble warriors. Among these warriors was Ojadili, a man once revered for his bravery and honor. But fate has a way of twisting even the noblest of hearts. Ojadili, the once celebrated warrior, would soon cast a shadow over the land. Ojadili's early days were filled with heroic deeds. He defended his people with unparalleled skill, earning their trust and admiration. He fought off wild animals, protected the village from rival tribes, and brought justice to those who broke the village laws. Yet, as his power grew, so did his ambition. Ojadili began to crave more and more power, more control, more fear. The seeds of his transformation were sown in the fertile ground of his unchecked ambition. He started to question why he should share power with the village elders and why he should follow their decisions. It was a betrayal, or perhaps a dark deal with forces beyond understanding, that marked his descent into darkness. One night, during a battle, Ojadili was gravely injured. As he lay on the battlefield, a mysterious figure appeared before him, offering him the strength to overcome his enemies in exchange for his loyalty. Desperate and afraid, Ojadili agreed. He was granted immense power, but at a terrible cost. His soul was tainted, and his heart turned to stone. From that moment, the noble warrior was no more. In his place stood Ojadili the evil, a tyrant driven by an insatiable lust for power. Ojadili's reign of terror was swift and brutal. He brought fear and suffering to his own people, exciting cruel punishment for imagined slates and hoarding resources for himself. No one was safe from his wrath. The village that once thrived under his protection now trembled at his very name. Ojadili imposed heavy taxes on the villagers, forcing them to give up their crops and livestock. He punished those who dared to speak against him, often with public execution that served as a grim reminder of his power. The air was thick with fear and sorrow, and the people lived in constant dread of his next move. The villagers, desperate and afraid, sought any means to rid themselves of Ojadili's tyranny. They whispered plans in the dead of the night, hoping for a savior. Every day under his rule felt like an eternity, but they held on to the fragile hope that deliverance was possible. A group of elders and brave villagers began to meet in secret, plotting ways to overthrow Ojadili. They knew it would not be easy, but they believed that unity and courage were their only weapons against Ojadili's iron fist. They sent messages to neighboring villages, seeking allies who may join their cause. The call to arms among the downtrodden rose a spark of defense. A young man named Anayo, inspired by the tale of old, dared to stand against Ojadili. Anayo was known for his bravery and his unwavering sense of justice. He gathered a small band of warriors, each one willing to risk their life to free their village from Ojadili's grasp. Anayo's call to arms spread throughout the village. Men and women, young and old, prepared for the battle that would decide their fate. They trained in secret, using whatever weapons they could find, and fortified their homes against Ojadili's soldiers. Anayo and the elders devised a plan to lure Ojadili out of his stronghold. They would create a chaos, drawing his soldiers away from the village. Then Anayo and his warriors would confront Ojadili directly. It was a risk plan, but it was their best chance at victory. The villagers set fire to the fields outside the village, causing chaos and drawing Ojadili's soldiers away. Anayo and his warriors used the distraction to sneak into Ojadili's compound. They knew that they had only one chance to end his reign of terror. The confrontation was fierce and the stakes higher than ever. Anayo and his warriors faced off against Ojadili and his loyal guards. The battle raged on, with both sides fighting with all their might. The clash of swords and the cries of battle filled the air. Anayo, armed with nothing but courage and the support of the people, confronted the evil warrior. Ojadili laughed at the sight of the young man standing before him, but Anayo was undaunted. He fought with all his strength, driven by the desire to free his people from Ojadili's tyranny. As the battle wore on, it became clear that Ojadili's power was waning. The villagers' units and courage began to turn the tide. One by one, Ojadili's guards fell, leaving him vulnerable. Anayo seized the opportunity and delivered a decisive blow, wounding Ojadili and bringing him to his knees. Ojadili, once so powerful and feared, now lay defeated. The villagers, inspired by Anayo's bravery, surged forward, overwhelming the remaining soldiers. Ojadili's reign of terror was finally at an end. In the end, Ojadili was defeated. The village, though scared by his reign, began to heal. Peace was slowly returned to the land, and the villagers started to rebuild what was lost. They honored Anayo and other brave warriors who had risked their lives for freedom. The villagers learned that unity and resilience could overcome even the darkest of time. They rebuilt their homes, replanted their fields, and restored the village to its former glory. The memory of Ojadili's tyranny served as a reminder of the danger of unchecked ambition. The healing process was slow but steady. The villagers worked together, supporting each other and sharing what they had. They held ceremonies to honor the fallen and to celebrate their newfound freedom. The children who had lived in fear now played in the streets once more. The village elders reinstated the old ways, ensuring that no one person could ever hold so much power again. They established councils and committees, making decisions together and ensuring that everyone's voice was heard. As the village entered a new era of peace and prosperity, they remained vigilant. They knew that the lesson of the past must never be forgotten. The story of Ojadili the evil warrior was told to every new generation, a cautionary tale of how power can corrupt and the importance of unity and courage. The villagers paid respect to Anayo and the other heroes who had saved them. The people vowed never to let fear and tyranny rule their life again. Ojadili, now a prisoner, had time to reflect on his actions. He realized the pain and suffering he had caused and was filled with remorse. The village elders, seeing the change in him, decided to give him a chance at redemption. Ojadili was allowed to work alongside the villagers, helping to rebuild what he had destroyed. Over time, he earned their forgiveness and began to atone for his past. He dedicated his life to making amends, using his strength to protect and serve the village once more. The legacy of courage and unity lived on in the village. The children grew up hearing the stories of their ancestors' bravery and learned the importance of standing up against tyranny. They were taught to value justice and to work together for the greater good. The village flourished, becoming a beacon of hope and resilience. Other villages looked to them as an example, and the story of Ojadili, the evil warrior, spread far and wide. It became a symbol of how even the darkest time can be overcome with courage and unity. From this tale of darkness and redemption comes a lesson that even the mightiest can fall, but hope and courage can restore what was once lost. They knew that by working together and standing up for what was right, they could face any challenge that came their way. And so the village thrived, a testament to the enduring power of hope and the strength of the human spirit. The story of Ojadili, the evil warrior, would be remembered for generations, a reminder of importance of courage, unity, and redemption.